Okay, so let's go head-to-head for the Giants game against the Washington Commanders. Shaun, up first.
Here we go. We're going to the Hogs.
Nick Gates against Jonathan Allen. Now, you recall Nick Gates missed almost a year and a half after 7 surgeries on his broken leg. It's been a great comeback now that he's back in the starting lineup for New York. Allen has been incredible. Top 5 amongst NFL defensive tackles in sacks, in tackles for a loss, and in quarterback hits. The Giants know that he can be a game wrecker.
Allen's I think he's one of their better defensive players on the team just in general. But he likes to get in your body. He likes to play. He's a big, strong cat, likes to, get in your body and play like that. And I think Payne is more of like a finesse, more of like a get your feet moving, go the other way type of dude.
No doubt Nick Gates has been an inspirational story, not just for his teammates, but for other players coming back from injury, Paul. As you mentioned, a horrific injury he suffered actually against the Washington Commanders last year, making his 3rd start at left guard, if he does indeed start there. And I think the first thing that jumps out to me is Nick Gates played really well against Jonathan Allen 2 weeks ago. That week 13 matchup, he did a great job, didn't give up a sack, didn't give up a quarterback hit. He basically pitched a shutout statistically against Jonathan Allen. He did give up a couple of pressures. He got beat to the outside a little bit. Some of that I attribute to just being back out there at guard. It's a little bit more space, a little different animal than playing at center. But this matchup, obviously in the passing game, Jonathan Allen, you could see what he's done already this season, 7.5 sacks. So he's got a great ability to rush on the outside. He's got a couple nice inside moves as well. But, Paul, where I really see this matchup being a big factor is in the run game. If you want to run the football, and the Giants have struggled lately to do this, but you've got to have a great control over the defensive tackles. So it's both Ron Payne on the other side and Jonathan Allen. Nick Gates has to do a good job when they want to run these outside zones of getting outside leverage and allowing the running back to press the hole. Saquon Barkley just had 3.5 yards per carry the last time they played him in Week 13. They've got to do better at those outside perimeter zone runs, and it starts up front with Nick Gates.
There's also a chance that Ben Bredesen could get some snaps at guard this week as well. Dexter Lawrence against Andrew Norwell is our next head-to-head matchup. Now, when you look at Dexter Lawrence's season, well, he's just been incredible. He is 8th in the National Football League in quarterback hits. He already has a career-high 6 sacks. Norwell, former Pro Bowl player. In the last 8 games, he hasn't allowed a sack, and he's only been penalized once, Shaun. That was for a hold. The Giants know they need to get through that brick wall.
I think, he's just a big guy playing guard. So he does well as taking up both gaps. He makes himself big and he plays strong. So, it's good for him. It's been working for him.
Now, at the same time, your size and power can be to your advantage. Even though he's a big guy, you can also use that, no?
No, for sure. I mean, I'm always going to find a way to get the upper hand. There's that staying active, that getting my hands on them first, that's knocking them back, is whatever I can do to be successful.
Dexter Lawrence has been playing with power and really a lot of quickness and agility that you don't expect from a big man. But this matchup right here, him against Andrew Norwell, he has so much more power than Andrew Norwell. And Andrew Norwell has been stout for Washington. He's been a consistent player out there. I don't know if he's missed a snap all season long. You see just 4 sacks allowed on the season. And you already mentioned the sacks for Dexter Lawrence. I'm going to point out the quarterback hits because sacks are great and everybody loves that stat. Quarterback hits, those pressures are what lead to turnovers, and those can impact plays as well. So for Dexter, it's all about getting that pressure on the quarterback. He had a sack in Week 13 against Washington, but he also had 3 hurries. Now, Paul, I know we've got him matched up against Andrew Norwell, but Dexter actually played a lot over the center.
Right.
Washington doesn't have their starting center, Tyler Larson. He actually got hurt in our game. Nick Martin filled in at center, who's a little bit of a lighter center. So I expect to see Dexter playing over Andrew Norwell as well as the center. And I think Dexter, look, we know how big he is. We know how he can occupy space in the run game. But in this game, this is a playoff game for the Giants. They need big-time plays. They need sacks. They need quarterback pressures, batted balls. We need turnovers. It's got to be the double negative, the sack, forced fumble. That's a lot of pressure to put on big Dexter Lawrence, but I think he'll welcome that challenge. Hopefully he'll welcome back Leonard Williams on the other side, which will help him out too.
Well, we know one thing. The Commanders will try to run the ball. They've been doing it all year, and Brian Robinson had 21 carries for 96 yards against the Giants just a couple of weeks ago. That'll do it for Head to Head this week.